wanted to make English fun. I want it to be for everyone. Mostly because I enjoy reading literature and Shakespearean plays, other Renaissance plays at my own leisure. And I never really understood why I liked doing that. It was just something that was accessible to me. That's what really got me into English in high school. But I didn't like it in high school. I didn't like it in the setting of the classroom. I didn't like how they did some things. So when I decided to pursue English in a post-secondary realm, and then also go on to become a teacher and want to teach English, I really wanted to extend that high school experience to be something of a positive one and for something that students are going to enjoy, because you have to take English from, all the way you begin school to your end of grade 12. So, if you're going to make it a more enjoyable experience, I think that's just going to lead the students to have a better involvement in literature. And there's so many things that they can help you with. But anyways, my Genius Hour was about taking those books that are assigned in an English class and then making it fun. Basically, fun is probably the biggest word that I run into, especially when introducing new concepts into a classroom. Just keep driving home that, Shakespeare is fun. To Kill a Mockingbird. No, this can be fun. And also relating it back to what matters to the students today, so making it relevant for today. So of course the different things are going to change over time, as well as kind of involving my interest in technology as well, getting students to use technology in order to, instead of writing a basic essay, one of the things that I thought of, which I'm sure other people have thought of before, is making a Spotify playlist for a character. What would that character want to listen to on this song list? So again, bringing in the musical aspect of something and then making sure the students understand what this character is all about. Another thing is really making it a point to, English isn't just a text that's seen on paper, especially with Shakespeare. We are usually getting students to learn Shakespeare or other various plays all through their 4 years of high school. And I really want students to understand that a Shakespearean play isn't just written down. It's meant to be performed, it's meant to be seen, it's meant to be heard. So just doing little exercises with that even, so taking away some of the technological aspects of it, just getting students to act out a scene or speak out loud the scene. I think it's very important for the students to hear plays and Shakespearean plays read aloud and allowing those students to actually read it aloud. So not them just sitting at their seats and hearing a tape recorder, which is also valuable, getting experienced actors to show you the inflection and stuff like that. But especially in the earlier years of high school, I think students really need to become more comfortable with the language that Shakespeare uses. And I think one of the ways to do it is to create that classroom that's very inclusive and inviting. And it's very empowering when students can take on a character such as Shylock and the Merchant of Venice. And now they're one of the biggest characters that is known in Shakespearean text, or Hamlet, or Ophelia. And especially when you get them to act the lines and say the lines, I feel like they can almost embody the character. So just like in a drama class as well, but extending that into an interdisciplinary design and bring that into the English class. So as well, the same goes for artworks. Another thing that I found was, when you get these texts such as To Kill a Mockingbird or Catcher in the Rye, for example, you're not given visual pictures. Your mind is able to create what their worlds look like and what these characters look like through the author's descriptions. So I think it's very valuable to get students to explore, like maybe some are very interested in costume design or fashion, to really just sketch out what they think that the character looks like. And so now you're bringing in art and you're bringing in, this analytical mindset of, well, why would this character wear this? Like, why do you think Holden Caulfield would wear a red hat? And it's important to conclude that, your character shouldn't be wearing a certain thing because you saw the movie rendition of the novel and that's why he's wearing it. So bringing in, again, multiple interpretations and, enabling students to use their own experiences in their life to transfer that into the text that they're reading, no matter what text it is, to support why they think that this character should be this or this character should be this, especially with the introduction of performances of Shakespearean plays now in more modern times. I mean, we get characters who maybe in the past seemingly have been played by white actors, now played by black actors, or transforming, usually a female role in, and now putting a male actor into it as well. So not even Shakespearean, but like Death of a Salesman, Arthur Miller and stuff like that too. It's really important to ask students, like, what would they do? And basically explaining to them that there is no one solid way in which you are able to perceive the world. And I think that one key thing here, is extended beyond English, and it's, I think all subjects really. I mean, especially for history right now, we're looking at history not just described by the dominant white male. We're trying to surface away, other stories. But that's a tangent. So with my findings of trying to bring the English class to be fun and exciting and a little bit different, there's tons of resources online. And I think that this search really hasn't ended. There's always going to be more things that you can integrate, more ways you can do stuff, as well as I think listening to your students and understanding their different lifestyles and experiences and really bringing those into the classroom so they can identify with what is going on. The implications for the future would have to be that this isn't just like a stagnant way of teaching literature to students, and thinking that this one solid way for the rest of their lives or the rest of the years is going to be beneficial for them. It's an ongoing search, and English is the study of life. So in order to teach it, I think you need to keep being relevant and understanding how these texts go into the students' lives, as well as your own, of course, because we can't forget that the teacher also needs to have fun in the class. And I think the students will realize, how much fun the teacher's having, and they'll buy into your activities and things that you are doing. And I think that's really important in keeping yourself as a teacher motivated and really excited to come in the classroom and bring this new idea to students. And also, it's also great, to know that you can fail. And especially with integrating technology in the classroom and either yourself using the technology to show videos, which I think is fantastic, show Shakespearean plays being performed in different settings, in different times, in different costume, in different places, and also allowing the students to maybe use their cell phones to record a video for whatever project, for them to use a audio recorder to create a soundscape of something in the first scene of Macbeth. What would the witch's setting sound like? And I mean, we can show the students that this is another big thing that I think I really wanted to do as well as I was going on with my research, is how is this applicable to real life, and like, why is this relevant? Like, why should we care? Because that's one of the big things. Even though like I love literature, I feel like I just kind of love it, literature for literature's sake, right? Art for art's sake. But there's going to be the majority of students asking why. Why do we care? And I think that's something where the technology, which is the way of the future, and making it relevant to them is going to mean the entire world to them, rather than just sticking to teacher in front of the classroom reading your novel or your play and letting the students just listen. So I had a really fun time doing this, and I will continue to do this because I am very passionate about literature and Shakespearean plays, and getting students, or even other people, not even just students, to love them as much as I do and see the opportunities that these texts can convey, whether it be an interpretation in a video format or just a simple acting out of a scene in the classroom. I think there are so many opportunities that still need to be explored in the English classroom.